Good evening, everyone. Thank you and welcome to this evening's performance here at the Framingham Public Library. We're excited to bring you the second in our jazz concert series for the year. Tonight we have the John Baboian Trio. And jazz guitarist John Baboian is joined by fellow Berklee professor Bruce Gertz and vibraphonist Alexei Tsiganov. This jazz series is made possible by the Framingham Cultural Council, who support the arts and culture here in Framingham. We're so pleased and grateful for their continued support, and so we'd like to thank them for that. And also, special thanks to Bill Radkin, who is the man behind our cameras here tonight in the costume room, and he's been incredibly generous with his time and expertise in helping us to produce these concerts for you. Both our Sunday concerts and our jazz concerts. So we're real lucky to have him helping us. So I'm really, really pleased and excited to welcome these fantastic musicians here to the Framingham Public Library tonight. So without further ado, I will give it to John. Thank you. Enjoy.
All right. Well, let me come over here. Hi, friends. Thanks so much. Nice being here. It's a pleasure to play in Framingham at the library. We thank so much the library and Lena and the Cultural Council for having us here. I'm John Baboian, and we brought the trio in here. For those of you that were expecting to see Rich Greenblatt back there, Rich is at home watching us. He had to cancel on us because he is quarantining for a couple of weeks. He's okay. He's fine. But we had to, just because to keep things kosher, we had to take care of him. And we got Alexei here to join us. And Alexei's a wonderful player. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about him later on. That first song was in a mellow tone by the great Duke Ellington. And the important part of Duke Ellington, for those of you, I'm sure you all know, one of the greatest composers in jazz history. And what's important about him, I remember, was in the year 2000, when the millennium turned over. You recall that there were the greatest of everything lists. They were the greatest baseball players of all time, the greatest movies of all time, the greatest music of all time. And it was either Downbeat magazine or Jazz Times magazine had their editorial about who were the greatest jazz musicians, and they had all the great jazz writers decide who they thought was the greatest jazz musician of the 20th century, and it turned out to be Duke Ellington. So, in a mellow tone by Duke Ellington. We're going to move on here to one of my compositions. This is called Bossa Baboian, for lack of a better term. I'll look for another title for it sometime. And the story behind this is about 20 years ago, I was working with a producer who was working on television and movie films and doing the music for those. And she called me one night and said, "Hey, do you watch The Sopranos?" I said, "Yeah, it's my favorite show. I run home from gigs as often as I can to make sure I catch the beginning of The Sopranos." She said, "Well, you're going to be on next week." I said, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Turns out that she put this song in one of the episodes of The Sopranos, and every quarter I get about 25 cents or sometimes $3.64 and occasionally $12.42. So it's interesting. It's every quarter. It's been coming for the past 20 years. But this was there, and this is called Bossa Baboian. Let's move on. Thank you. That was Bossa Baboian. This 2020 has been the year for a lot of weird things, but it's also the anniversary of some great musicians passing away, or their birth and then them passing away relatively recently. One of them we're celebrating the 100th birthday of Charlie Parker, one of the greatest jazz musicians of all time. And so we're going to play a Charlie Parker tune in memory of his birth, which was 100 years ago in 1920. How's that? This is Billie's Bounce. Thanks. We hope you're having a good time out there. We're going to feature Bruce on bass next. Bruce and I have been playing together for, fairly long time, a few decades here. I've been on the Berklee faculty now for 41 years. This is my 41st year. Yes, my hair is still black. And the mustache is still there, everybody. How about yours?
Mine's still here.
Yeah, his mustache is still there, too. All right. And so I've been there a pretty long time. But Bruce, how many?
44 for me.
44 years for Bruce. He'll always be older than me.
He was 5.
He started when he was 5. So what song are you going to play? You want to come up and
I'll
talk?
come over. I'll explain just a little bit. So, since John mentioned that it's Charlie Parker's 100th, the first time I learned this song, I heard Charlie Parker play it, and he played it lightning fast. And I was blown away. And of course, I work a lot with a sax player named Jerry Bergonzi. We used to play this song on gigs back in the late 70s. And later I come to find out that it was originally written as a ballad. And you can hear it on YouTube, sung by Ella Fitzgerald and a number of other people. It's called This Time the Dream's on Me.
So I want to tell you a little story about Alexei. That was Bruce Gertz again. Go ahead. Yes, thank you. So joining us on the Vibes tonight is Alexei Tsiganov, and I got to tell you a little bit about Alexei. I met Alexei 30 years ago. And the story behind this is that I have been playing in the American Legion Band of Waltham since I was like 15 years old, 10 years. And I play trumpet and trombone and tuba and have for the past 2 decades or so been most exclusively on trombone. But the band, who is well known in the Massachusetts and New England area, but has traveled nationally and internationally, In 1990, we traveled to Russia, the USSR at the time, and we played in the May Day parade there as the first American band to play in that parade. And while we were there, I brought my guitar with me, and I did some teaching in Moscow, and I did some teaching in what was then Leningrad, now St. Petersburg. And when we went to the music school in St. Petersburg, there was this young vibes player there. This guy, he was young at the time, and I was, I guess, young at the time, relatively speaking. Yeah. And so that was the first time that Alexei and I got to play together, and we met, and then he moved here, and we've played a few times here, and it's been a long time since we last played together, but it's a pleasure to have him with us. This next song is one of his compositions, and you want to come and talk about it?
Sure. He's skipping the song. First of all, thank you for watching, guys, and stay safe and be happy and healthy. It's a great pleasure to reconnect with John. It's been a long time since last time we played, but it's always great to play together, and we play with Bruce and me on different occasions. So the song basically, it has Brazilian groove in it a little bit, and it's a pleasure to play something Brazilianish, I'm going to say, because we're in Framingham. Okay, so I don't know if it's official language still English here, or it's already Portuguese. Just in case, I'm going to say muito obrigado. Okay, so it's a pleasure to play for you something original of mine, which is close to Brazilian style. Thank you, hope you enjoyed. The name of the song is Joy.
Oh, nice song, Alexei. Thank you. I'm going to do a little solo guitar piece now. A great old standard called The Nearness of You. Goes back many, many, many generations, but was made well known again about 10 years ago when Norah Jones put out her first album. 10 years might not be the wrong number. Who knows at this point? They just go by. But when Norah Jones did her debut album, she did this on there and did a beautiful version of this. So this is The Nearness of You. One of the greatest songs in history, Body and Soul, written in 1930 and made most famous, I think, in those early years in 1939 by the great Coleman Hawkins version. So this is our version of Body and Soul. Body and soul, yeah. Well, we got one more song to do for you before we finish up tonight. Once again, we want to thank Framingham Library and the Cultural Council for having us here. We hope you enjoyed the music. The last song, once again, Bruce Gertz is on bass. Alexei Tsiganov is on vibes. And I'm John Baboian on guitar. And all three of us on mask. And that's okay. Please be safe out there and wear your masks and keep your social distancing so we can get through with all of this. And we're going to close with a great song called, actually, you know what? I thought about this. This is very appropriate for our timing. Alone Together. Alone Together. How great during a pandemic, right? 1932, I believe this song was by... I forgot his first name, Mr. Schwartz. Arthur Schwartz. Thanks so much. Alone Together.